everyone, this is Yami, your Latina next door. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am updating you guys on my Room of the Month challenge. As you know, I have joined Heidi Sombel's Room of the Month challenge for the month of May alongside 3 other YouTubers. We each have picked a room and we are updating it through the entire month of May. Today is week number 2 and we are giving you guys the progress and what we have done so far. I will make sure to link to everyone's channel in my description box below, as well as a playlist so you guys can see what all the other girls are up to. So last week I shared which room I was gonna do, and I chose my guest bathroom. I also shared with you guys how bad it needed a makeover. I'll make sure to link to that video above. So in this video, I'm taking you shopping. I am showing what we have done so far in the room, and I cannot wait to see what you think. So we just left, and we are about to go over to the granite place to see if they have any granite scraps, leftover pieces that we can use for our 2 bathrooms that we want to update. And as you can see, we have no kids with us today. Woohoo! They're at the grandparents' house. So it's kind of nice. We get to actually go in and look around and yeah, not get distracted. So we're gonna bring you guys along. So we went to a local granite installer and we checked out their inventory. They had a huge selection and we ended up picking a quartzite for our bathroom. We went with this one that you can see here. It's called Fantasy Brown, and we loved how it had all the nice grays and browns and neutral colors throughout, but it kind of looked like waves, so it went very well with the coastal feel. So we've done this before actually in our previous home. And one of the things that we did in order to save money was we just decided, let's just mix all these colors up and see what they create. And our last attempt at doing this actually was pretty successful because we ended up really liking the color that we came up with. And we're gonna do this right now and see what kind of gray is gonna come out of here. Hopefully a lighter gray than you see, since we have these 2 different whites that are gonna go in it. And we're gonna show you guys what we're gonna do and then share where we're gonna use this. Now, this isn't necessary, but my husband does like to remove the tank from the toilet so that we can get behind the toilet better and paint it completely, but you don't have to do that. Now, as far as painting, he always does the roller on the walls and I always cut the rooms all along the borders and tight corners. Then the Latino engineer took off all of the doors from the cabinets and he removed all of the hinges. For some reason, our cabinets in our house have these little weird hinges and we have to remove them and repaint them because even when you have the door closed, you can still see a bit of them. So I just took some spray paint that was gray that I had on hand, left over from another project, and spray painted them down. Then it was time to paint the cabinets. After they're nice and clean and wiped down, we like to go over them at least once with oil-based primer, which prevents any stains from seeping through the paint or any of the knots from the wood to penetrate the top layer of paint. Then after the primer has dried, we give it a light sanding to make sure everything is nice and smooth. And then we start our first layer of paint. What I like to do when it comes to cabinet doors is I like to go over all of the corners and nice framework with a brush first. And then after that's done, I go over the rest of the body of the cabinet with my roller. We use the color Gibraltar from Sherwin-Williams, which is a nice deep gray with blue undertones. And this is actually another sample that we had that was in a satin finish. But the primer, since it was oil based, will actually help it adhere very well onto the doors. We also did the same thing to the cabinets on the wall. Now, since this was a satin finish sample paint, I did go over it with a clear wax that's water based, like the one from Home Decor. I'll link to it below. It was actually the same one I used on my IKEA hat. Now, if I was using a semi-gloss enamel paint, for instance, I wouldn't give it a top coat at all because it will harden over time and the semi-gloss will allow it to be easily wiped down. And if you don't like either of those options, you can always do a clear polyacrylic over it. Just be sure to note that sometimes you do get streaking when you use that. Then after that, the Latino engineer started installing the doors back onto the cabinets. Those hinges look so much better after spray painting them. And it was time for the guys to replace the countertops. So it was out with the old and in with the new. Now, it's not shown here, but we did get the little mini 4-inch backsplashes for the countertop. I do say I love this countertop. It goes well with the wall color as well as the cabinet color. It has some neutrals in there, but it does pull from those grays, so I am so pleased. Okay, everyone, I would love to know what you guys think of the progress so far, so let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out everyone else's progress video, and I cannot wait to share the next installment next week. Same time, same day. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more cool stuff going on around this Latina's house. I'm gonna go ahead and link to some previous videos of mine. That way you guys can check them out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, adios.